Hello there, my name is Nathaniel Griffin, and today I'll be showing you why digital literacy is important for junior high school students. Maybe some early introduction. Digital technology has become an essential part of everyday life, especially for junior high school students. It influences them how to communicate, how to learn, to think, and behave. Therefore, digital literacy is a crucial step to help students navigate digital media responsibly and also safely. Now, some literature review is that digital literacy refers to the ability to access and analyze, evaluate, and also create information using digital technologies. Now, digital platforms are designed to maximize engagement, often prioritizing emotionally appealing content, which can lead to spread of misinformation. Young users often lack skill to actually critically evaluate the sources, making them more vulnerable to fake news, spreading misinformation, and also next up is digital literacy education helps students develop critical thinking, responsible communication, and also safe online behavior. Now, some common digital platforms are TikTok, Instagram, Twitter or X, and also YouTube. These are not just for junior high school students or junior students in general. They are used by everyone. Maybe not all of them at once, but they are used by most people nowadays to be, the impact of social media has made on humanity. Now, for the research method, I'll be honest, most of this is taken from the UNESCO website. The UNESCO website's main page has very significant data for this infographic. And for platforms observed, it's TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. I'll be honest, I didn't really observe TikTok and Twitter or X that much because I mostly use YouTube and Instagram myself. But I can confirm that some of the things below are relevant from what I've seen on YouTube and Instagram. Next, for the focus is misinformation, digital behavior, and also media use patterns. Now, next up is for the discussion part. Now, I do believe that influence of digital technology on students have multiple factors. Now, I'm only mentioning four, but I'm sure there's more out there. For example, right now, I'm only mentioning, for example, social. Students interact, build relationships, and express themselves online. This is very true. Most people, not just students, everyone has a social media. Not everyone, maybe, but most people have a social media platform they usually go on and they want to express themselves, they want to tell people how their day been and etc. Now culturally it's mostly about trends. Trends and viral content shapes value preferences and lifestyles. Trends affect people in real life. Internet trends affect people in real life, the way how they think, the way they do things and etc. Now economically user activities such as clicks, likes, and views contributes to the digital economy. There are so many content creators nowadays making money through these user activities. And political wise, exposure to information can influence opinions and perspective. They might get actual information. They may get misinformation. They may get information that has been changed or has been made to get clicks from the media. We don't know. Next up is the problems in digital media use, exposure to hoaxes, fake news, cyberbullying, and also privacy and data security risks. This problem occurs because so many students struggle to distinguish between true and false information and may not fully understand ethical online behavior. I'm not saying every news out there is fake, but there are some that may be very, in fact, impactful to someone's mindset or the way someone thinks. And next up is negatively contributing behaviors. Exposure to hoaxes and fake news, cyberbullying, and privacy data security. This is the same as the previous one, but the lack of awareness when consuming content and not verifying information before sharing it, blindly following trends, and passive consumption of media is very bad for the human psyche. Next is identifying trustworthy information. We need to check whether the source is official because if we don't, then how do we know it's real? Where did he get this information from? We also need to look for supporting data, evidence, or expert opinions, comparing information across multiple reliable sources, and also avoiding content with exaggerated or emotional headlines. This was what I was talking about earlier. Some news are exaggerated in order to get more clicks. However, that might have a negative impact on people who read it wrong. And next up is ensuring the author or publisher is clearly identified. Lastly, checking whether the information is current and relevant. What if the information's old? There's new information coming out that actually tells you more about it. Lastly is responsible digital communications. You people online need to be respectful. You need to communicate politely. You have to respect different opinions. Even if you don't agree with them. Some opinions are very different from what you believe in, but it's theirs, and if you truly want to change them, you can, but you can't force someone to like agree with you. Next up is thinking before posting. Some people post due to emotional um, reasons. They post, they don't think. They're just very emotional at the moment, and then they posted it, and then they regret it. Never done it personally, but I know people who have. Students should avoid spreading hate, insults, or false information, especially false information, because that could be detrimental to someone's view if they just found this false information. Also, sharing private or sensitive content. I'm not saying you shouldn't share some things to other people. We are social creatures after all, but I'm just saying some things should not be published out there because it may be dangerous for you. Maybe you something private is where you live. That's not safe for the person posting it. And in order to stay online safe online, students should protect personal information, use strong passwords and privacy settings, be cautious when interacting with strangers. This is very important. There's so many strangers in social media, and not so many. Most people in social media are strangers because, well, you're just talking to people on the internet. You don't know them. And also to think carefully before posting publicly. This is the same as the sharing private or sensitive content. Just be careful what you post online. You might regret it later. Okay, so in conclusion, digital technology has a significant impact on students, on people actually. Daily lives across social, cultural, economic, and political aspects. While it provides many benefits, it also exposes students to risk such as misinformation, cyberbullying, and also privacy issues. These challenges are often intensified by a lack of critical thinking and responsible digital behavior. I have a few suggestions. Schools should integrate digital literacy education into the curriculum. Students should also be trained to verify information using multiple sources. I already mentioned this earlier, and awareness programs should be conducted on online safety and ethics. I'm pretty sure this is already done, but maybe more of them could be better for school students specifically. Educational projects such as infographics, like the one you're looking at now, should be used to promote critical thinking. Now, students should be encouraged to actively question and analyze digital content rather than passively consuming it. Because being fed information is easy, but how do you know if it's accurate? You don't. You have to check it first. Reliable information, and that is important, reliable confirmation or information is very difficult, but it is possible. So I think that will be it for my infographic. I hope you enjoyed this video of me explaining this infographic, and I think that'll be all for me. Thank you very much, and goodbye.